Begiristain on the left. Oh, it nearly produced a goal. Begiristain's cross turned by Salinas goalwards, and Angel Perez, the under-21 international goalkeeper for Vallecano, had to be very alert early on here. That could have been a dramatic opening with less than 2 minutes gone. Aloisio's header. This is Koeman. Number 2 is Urbano. On the right, the man whose shot was just saved, Julio Salinas. Good ball by Koeman. Salinas reading it well, but then carrying it over the line under pressure from the number 6 there, Sanchez Tadil. Vallecano promoted last season as runners-up to Castellón, and both the newly promoted clubs are having problems adjusting to the headier heights of First Division football here in Spain. A bigger gap in standards between the First and Second Division than I suspect in most European countries. Bakero's little layoff there. Oof. A complete miss kick, and Julio Salinas and Bakero also onto it. And that was mighty close, and really they look very, very edgy indeed. Bakero shooting just wide when perhaps he might have done better there, although looking at it again, the defender just deflected it behind for the corner. So with only 3 minutes gone, Barcelona could easily have had a couple of goals already. Cross by Eusebio, and altogether too easy for Perez. Number 8 is Oscar Vivanco, and he's dispossessed by the opposite number, Eusebio. This is Argenta, and it's Vallecano's throw. And easily swept aside. This is Koeman. Back from the midfield player Roberto. Now to Aloisio. It's a good little layoff. Eusebio spins away and finds room. Begiristain's in the middle here, and he looked for him. That was Julio Salinas with a downward header. Bakero's up it, and once again the side netting just about saves Vallecano from the embarrassment of an early goal. Bakero for the second time in a minute, thrashing the ball just wide. It was a good volley. Pretty nifty piece of goalkeeping from the ball boy as well. Under 5 minutes gone, and Barcelona have made a very positive start. Koeman. Urbano. Nice little turn by Eusebio, but he's dispossessed, and now Argenta. Easy for Aloisio. Urbano. Koeman. It's a good-looking ball, and once again there was real danger there for Vallecano. And really, at the moment, Barcelona are just carving great holes down the centre of the visitors' defence. Juanito for Vallecano. And I don't think they've actually crossed, well, they have now. That's the first time they've crossed the halfway line. And actually, they suddenly look pretty dangerous. Argenta. Bad ball, though. Given away. Eusebio brings it clear and wins the throw. And Koeman starts another Barcelona attack. Just gently nudged forward to the number 5 Milla, but that was a bad ball from him. Bakero challenging on the far side, but Juanito brings it clear. Oh, and a clumsy ball, and Barcelona back in possession. Bakero's there again. Julio Salinas. Took a little bit too long to control the ball, Salinas. Salinas' critics would say, that's Laudrup, the number 9, but Salinas, the number 7, who had the shot, and his critics would say that his ball control is certainly not the strong point of his game. Some say he's rather a clumsy player, but he does score goals. And here he is again. 20 last season, as I was saying before the kick-off. And that's not a bad cross from him, but no Barcelona player on hand to make something of it. Koeman. Vallecano are just sitting there really inviting Barcelona to attack. You can't help feel that it's a fatal tactic against a team who are high on confidence after beating Real Madrid a week ago. And that was a good little ball forward by Roberto. Rayo got it clear, but only as far as Aloisio. That's a good-looking cross. Well, a bit too deep in the end. But Eusebio's there to rescue the situation. Urbano. Roberto. Well, that's a good little layoff. Salinas is in the middle here, and it's his header that inevitably gives Barcelona the lead. And the goal has looked as though it was coming almost from the kickoff. 8 minutes gone. Julio Salinas scores the goal. A good cross from Begiristain on the left, and Julio Salinas climbing in ahead of the defender Glaria, and that's 1-0. Julio Salinas gets his second goal in 2 games, and the man who finished third in the scoring charts in Spain last season, only behind Baltazar, the Brazilian, and Hugo Sanchez, the Mexican, now looks a more confident player, having finally got off the mark a week ago. And the home fans celebrate an early goal that really has looked on the cards. And there's surely no point now in Vallecano sitting back as they have been right from the off. Here's Koeman. Well, that's a good-looking ball, and into the space goes Bakero, and it's 2! 2 goals in a minute for Barcelona. Jose Maria Bakero, who had earlier saw 2 shots whistled just wide, makes it Barcelona 2, Rayo Vallecano 0. Lovely ball from Koeman, the man who specialises in those 50, 60-yard long passes, and Bakero did the rest. A very good piece of finishing. That's his first goal of the season. He got 10 in 22 games last season, the little man. Had a lot of injuries to contend with. And what a start here for Barcelona. 2-0 they lead. Less than 10 minutes of the game gone. And the newly promoted Vallecano in all kinds of trouble here. That was a foul, incidentally, on Maradona. Hugo Maradona is his name. He's just 20. He's played for Argentina's under-21 side. And it's thought that, like his famous brother, he'll go on to become a full international one day. But he could be in for a torrid time here along with his teammates. Barcelona really growing in confidence now. Lovely one-touch football. But Eusebio dispossessed. Oscar Vivanco for Vallecano. That was a pretty late challenge there by Milla on Maradona. Well, Diego Maradona's used to a few tackles like that, but I suppose it's a bit of a tribute to his younger brother that Milla felt he had to do that to stop him. Not sure it's a tribute he'll really appreciate at the moment. Koeman again with a telling ball. Poor return, but Urbano kept it in, and Koeman can try once more. His searching ball picking out Bakero for that second goal. And look at this now. Barcelona almost playing with the opposition. And they'll all want to feel, they'll all want a touch of the ball. And they'll all want to get forward now. 2-0 up with only 12 minutes gone. It's just oozing from them now, the self-belief. That's Laudrup. Could do with a goal. Scored 2 since his arrival from Juventus. Good challenge by Aloisio. Roberto on the left, finding Julio Salinas. And they're playing some smashing football here. Eusebio onto the through ball. And this time the defender was a little bit quicker than the forward. And that isn't something we could have said very often in these opening exchanges. Foul there on Argenta, who started his career at Atletico Madrid. The number 10 for Vallecano. And they already look a demoralised side, the visitors. Here's Argenta again. Ivanko. Good little ball, helped on by Ibarondo. Number 4 here is Glaria. Aloisio intercepts. Laudrup. Julio Salinas. Bit clumsy, but everything's breaking for Barcelona at the moment. And Perez in the Vallecano goal knows he's in for a very, very busy day. He's already picked the ball out of the net twice. Goals by Salinas and Bakero in the first 9 minutes here at the Nou Camp. 14 minutes gone now. Barcelona leading by 2-0. Eusebio in possession. Now Koeman. Milla gets it back from Bakero. Roberto lets it run. Begiristain on the left. Now Laudrup. Bakero. Aloisio. Vallecano in trouble for a moment, but he got out of it. Sanchez Candil in possession. And obviously facing a horrible dilemma here, Vallecano. 2-0 down so early on. They can't afford to sit back anymore. Well, people have always said about Liverpool that when you play them at Anfield, the worst thing you can do is try and defend. And I think much can be said about Barcelona in this kind of form. Begiristain in possession. Laudrup there joining him short. He looked for Julio Salinas, but it didn't come off. Argenta's clearance straight to Urbano. And it's unrelenting pressure here from Barcelona. Urbano. Koeman takes over. Ooh. Well, Roberto completely misread that. But it just seems that Vallecano can't get out of their half. Eusebio, a lovely little chip forward there. Well cleared, though, by Ibarondo. And they just seem to be swarming around the ball, the Barcelona players. Julio Salinas. That's a good little ball. Back it comes from Eusebio. And that's a penalty. Julio Salinas goes down under the challenge from Gloria. And the referee Soto pointed immediately to the spot. The defender unhappy. Let's see here what happened. Julio Salinas playing it through, and then getting the return ball from Eusebio. And yes, an arm was definitely used by Gloria. He almost seemed to think better of it, but it was too late by then. And Ronald Koeman, who's already scored 5 penalties this season, and on 2 occasions has scored 2 penalties in a game against Osasuna and Real Madrid, surely he won't miss. And he hasn't. It's 3-0 to Barcelona, and there's only 16 minutes gone. Well, there are a few more accurate penalty takers around Europe at the moment than the Dutchman. Right-footed, side-footed, into the net. His 6th penalty success of the season. And it brings that remarkable scoreline. Barcelona 3, Rayo Vallecano 0. Well, I suppose the danger now for Barcelona, if danger's the right word, is that they'll relax a little and lose their concentration and stop playing football, because 3-0 up, it's very hard to see how Vallecano can possibly get back into this game. Although, of course, there's an age to go yet, but still, they look thoroughly demoralised already. And Zubizarreta could have a quiet night in the Barcelona goal. Got to face a free kick here, though. Alfano with the clearance. Aloisio. Koeman. Aloisio again, and he can even get away with miscontrolling the ball because there was nobody near him from the opposition. This is Milla, and he gets it back, and the defender might fancy a shot now. I think they'll all fancy a crack here. Julio Salinas. And he's done well. Oh, and it's another! Roberto! It's 4-0. Well, they'll be looking through the record books now. What a start this is for Barcelona. 4 goals in the first 18 minutes. Julio Salinas pulling it back. Roberto on hand to hammer it home. And Barcelona, unbelievably, are 4-0 up, with only 18 minutes of the first half gone. Well, Roberto scored 11 goals from his midfield position last season. He's back in the national team, back in form. And as Vallecano attack, Koeman denies them even the possibility of a shot on goal. A little pat on the head from Zubizarreta. And the £5 million man, Ronald Koeman, gives Vallecano a moment's respite from this ceaseless pressure from the home team. Zubizarreta's ball all the way. Well, they could run up a very big score here, Barcelona. Vallecano seem to have absolutely no answer to this. Here's Roberto again. Brought down. Free kick. Seems that almost every time Barcelona attack, they look likely to score a goal. And there could be another one on the way as it's pulled back to Begiristain. But this time, the shot well off target. And then a foul, I think, by Eusebio, yes. So a free kick, which poor Vallecano will be in no hurry whatsoever to take. And referee Soto has already made 4 entries in his notebook. If you happen to have just joined us, well, I've got bad news for you in a way, because although there's only 21 minutes gone, you've already missed 4 goals. Barcelona leading 4-0 here. And on the attack again, Eusebio playing it back to Laudrup, but not a good ball. Ronald Koeman. Urbano. Hoisted towards Julio Salinas. The ball cleared by Glaria, but back come Barcelona again with Urbano once more. It's a good little ball into space as well. Number 5, Milla. Laudrup. Took a little deflection on the way. And the goalkeeper's justifiably having a word with his defenders about exactly what they've been doing. Argenta. That was a good little turn by Sabas and brought down for a free kick. Just 22, the forward player for Vallecano. Sanchez Candil with the cross, trying to find Rodri, the number 11, but to no effect. Goal kick to Barcelona. As the substitutes warm up, I would think they'll all want a piece of the action as well if they can get on. The Barcelona ones anyway. The home team attack again here with Julio Salinas. Came off his own player, Eusebio. Then given away. Urbano, Julio Salinas. Eusebio let it run intelligently to Milla. And now Bakero. Back it comes to Bakero. Begiristain. Helped on to Laudrup. Julio Salinas was there on the near post. And the referee has actually blown for an infringement. And you have to keep reminding yourself of the score. 23 minutes gone. Barcelona 4, Rayo Vallecano 0. Laudrup for Barcelona. Sorry, yeah. His rather more illustrious friend Koeman. Koeman and Laudrup, the two close season signings by Johan Cruyff. Very, very expensive, but of course Barcelona is a very, very rich club. And a very, very demanding one. Cruyff, having been an ex-player here, knows only too well that the only way he can be described as successful is to deliver the league championship. Nothing less will do. Salinas. Eusebio. Oh, it's a lovely little ball for Laudrup. And the goalkeeper saved it with his legs. Michael Laudrup, the Dane. And he takes the corner himself. Urbano. Not a good ball. Now then, there could be a little break on here. Maradona playing it forward. But a bad ball. Koeman. Laudrup. Offside against Julio Salinas. First time really that a Barcelona player has strayed into an offside position. 20 minutes to half time. They're leading 4-0. Bakero. And the home fans pleased to applaud anything their team do now, although Milla gives it away. A bit of ironic applause, I think, for the visitors. Maradona dispossessed by Milla. Laudrup going forward. It's a good ball as well. Begiristain. Bakero. Now Laudrup. Julio Salinas helps it back. And the Dane tried to return the favour. But for once, Vallecano were aware of what was happening. A reminder of the scoreline. 4-0. Koeman. Once again, he always tries the ambitious ball. It doesn't always come off, as we saw then. But Koeman at his best is a very valuable player, and there's danger here at the other end, and a good save by Zubizarreta. Well, I suspect Barcelona were caught on the hop themselves then. It was the first time that there's been any threat whatsoever on their goal. Sabas quickly onto the through ball, and Zubizarreta saved it very well. Well, perhaps a little warning bell will ring for Johan Cruyff from the way Sabas got through then. But I should think he's hardly concerned with a 4-goal lead as Milla tries to make it 5 and very nearly did so. Another good effort. Luis Milla in his first full season in the Barcelona team. There he marked it with a goal. Argenta forward to Sabas. Argenta again, tried to return it to Sabas, and he very nearly got in, but Koeman is quick. And Koeman the springboard for another attack. Aloisio. Laudrup with a very free role in this team. He wanders across the whole of the forward line. Turns up right, left and centre. Good. Well, that's a great run by Laudrup. He survived 2 tackles, either of which might have brought him a free kick, actually. And a terrible ball. It's given away again, and Eusebio goes forward. And there could be problems again here. And Salinas has made it 5. Vallecano claiming offside, but Salinas has claimed his 2nd goal of the game and Barcelona's 5th. It all stemmed from a horrendous error in the middle of the field, and certainly from that angle it looked as though they had a case in claiming offside, as Salinas had the easiest job of all to score his 2nd goal of the game. This is turning into an embarrassment for Vallecano. Under half an hour gone, it's Barcelona 5, Rayo Vallecano 0. And a pretty hopeless shot at the other end by Maradona. Certainly bears a strong physical resemblance to his brother. He's about the same height. Not quite as chunky, to put it politely, because the last time I saw Diego Maradona, he looked as though he was carrying a few pounds that he shouldn't have been. I don't mean of the sterling variety. Anyway, back to the match in question here. And Julio Salinas now on a hat-trick, of course. And Vallecano on a hiding to nothing, as Sabas plays the ball forward for them. Good defending by the Brazilian Aloisio. Well, Barcelona have always been renowned as a team who can score a lot of goals. They got 80 last season in the league. Only the champions Real Madrid, who scored 91, had more than that. And they're off in search of greatly improving their goal difference here. They'd scored 9 and conceded 6 in their 6 matches before this game. Here's Maradona for Vallecano, and it's a good little ball as well. And once again, Zubizarreta is there to deny Sabas. Well, it's a lively old match, this. Good little ball from Maradona. Sabas sneaked in behind Aloisio, but the shot too easy for the keeper. 15 minutes to half-time. And the astonishing scoreline is Barcelona 5, Rayo Vallecano 0. Laudrup for Barcelona. Tried to set Roberto free, and he keeps it in. Bakero ran into 2 of the Vallecano defenders then. And the outcome, I think, will be a throw-in or a free kick. And Bakero, in fact, is being taken off. A bit surprising. He certainly doesn't look injured in any way. He's had injury problems, as I was telling you before. But he's gone off now. The 31 minutes gone. And Guillermo Amor takes his place. I would think Johan Cruyff just using the opportunity to try out this young man, who was a regular substitute last season. Amor, Spanish under-21 international. That's a free kick. In fact, when I say regular substitute, just looking at the records, he played 27 matches, there he is, in the foreground, Amor last season, 20 of them as a substitute. A real super sub. So the number 16 will enjoy the opportunity of having rather longer than usual to make an impact here. He's got just under an hour of this game, and he comes on in the perfect position with his team leading 5-0. Eusebio. Now Laudrup. Milla. Set up for Roberto's shot. And the ball boy standing behind the goal has been almost as busy as the goalkeeper. Eusebio's gone down injured. Another of the Barcelona players who's won back his place in the national team. Now, what do Rayo Vallecano do? And what does their coach, Salinas, say, I wonder, at half-time? What do you say to a team trailing 5-0? And that's just the score at the moment. There's still 12 minutes to go in this half. And here they come again. Laudrup. Begiristain. Laudrup. There was a foul clearly on Begiristain. The referee, and to be fair to him, I think he made the right decision, allowed play to go on because he suddenly thought that Laudrup was in a scoring position, or a dangerous position anyway. Didn't turn out that way. Well, the crowd's still giving the whistle when Barcelona attacks go wrong. You can hardly complain. Vivanco offside. Koeman. Aloisio. And you can't help feeling, even though realising 5-0 down is a hopeless position, the Vallecano are committing footballing suicide here. They are just sitting back and allowing Barcelona to come at them. Maybe they can't do anything about it, I don't know. Laudrup, good little ball, and the substitute nearly got off the mark within a couple of minutes of coming on. Good little effort by Guillermo Amor. Argenta. The number 7 is Sabas, who has looked quite dangerous so far on the rare occasions that Vallecano have attacked. Foul on Eusebio. The referee again has wisely allowed, well, yes he has, yes. Thought I heard a whistle, it must have been from the crowd. A good little ball to Julio Salinas. Oh, it's a fine effort by Salinas. A rasping left foot shot by the man who's already got 2 goals, and if that had brought him a hat-trick, it would have been quite an effort. 10 minutes to half-time then. Barcelona still 5-0 in the lead. Vallecano just really can't get motoring at all. Rodri. Back it has to go. Argenta. Maradona. It's a good little ball, actually. Vivanco ran into trouble. And whenever Barcelona do come forward, they've got plenty of strength in numbers, but now they're defending again here. Maradona. Ooh. That was a very painful tackle, I would have thought. And he certainly showed a little bit of his brother's skills then in suddenly twisting and turning away from the defender and committing him to the foul. Zubizarreta lining up the wall. I wonder if he's got his brother's skills from free kicks. Anito, the other player over it, the number 2. In fact, there's 3 or 4 who can have a crack here. Well, I'm quite sure that Zubizarreta had that one well covered. It wasn't a bad effort, but never a serious test for the Barcelona goalkeeper. Urbano. Ronald Koeman. Now Aloisio. Oh, that was an absolutely blatant foul. I was just about to say danger was threatening yet again. Begiristain picks himself up with a look of resignation from a man who knows he's going to see plenty of the ball. And the referee sees an infringement in the centre. Amor, the substitute. And relief for Vallecano. For the moment, anyway. Argenta. Urbano. Koeman. It's a good ball. Begiristain in the middle waiting for the cross, but it didn't come. That was a foul by Aloisio on Sabas. And they couldn't even make their own minds up about who should take the free kick then. Really, Vallecano looked, quite honestly, hopelessly out of their depth here. As Aloisio brings Barcelona onto the attack once again. Amor, the substitute, finding Laudrup, and that's a good little ball. And there was danger for a moment again. Julio Salinas in a good position. Laudrup gets it back. Bit sloppy that time. And Aloisio's got enough pace to win that one back with ease. Five minutes to half-time. Barcelona 5, Rayo Vallecano 0. And you suspect strongly that we haven't seen the last of the goal-scoring action by any means. That was a foul, I think, by Argenta. No, throw-in has been given, which Eusebio takes and gets back again. Koeman. Milla. Good little layoff from Amor, and he gets it back again and then lets it run on to Roberto. That was a good tackle actually by Argenta. Eusebio. Laudrup. So it wasn't Laudrup, it was Amor that time, but he certainly ran it too far. Here's Argenta. Easy for Koeman, but a little bit too easy perhaps. And he gets straight into the space he didn't want to, and there's 3 players forward here for Vallecano. Oh, good defending in the end. Eusebio got back well to deny the opportunity of a shot. Urbano. Back it goes to Eusebio. He's been a very lively figure in midfield. Koeman forward. Julio Salinas dispossessed. And the big defender Gloria comes forward and does well to find the little man Savas. But again it comes to nothing for Vallecano. And I should think there'll be few teams around Europe this weekend who'll be more relieved to hear the half-time whistle than Rayo Vallecano. They've got 2 minutes to endure before the welcome relief of a half-time break. And the rhythmic clapping echoes around the Nou Camp as a remarkable first half draws to a close here in Barcelona, with the home team leading by 5-0. Eusebio in possession. Oh, it's a good effort. And once again, Amor, the substitute, has certainly got an eye for goal, as he's shown on 3 occasions since coming on to replace Bakero. Good effort, that. And we move now into the final minute of the half. Eusebio. Koeman. Aloisio. Bad ball from him. Well, it could be a threatening break if Vallecano could get some more players up in support here. Well, it wasn't the worst ball, but Maradona was a long way away from it. And Vallecano seemed to attack more in routine belief than genuine optimism. That was a foul on Salinas quite clearly. And there's the half-time whistle. An incredible first half. Barcelona 5, Rayo Vallecano 0. More goals to come. Well, stay tuned with a situation like this. Vallecano, remember, in all white. Now attacking, if that's the right word, from left to right. If the first half is anything to go by, I should be saying really defending from right to left, because they spent virtually the whole half on the defensive. And you can't help thinking their attitude was wrong right from the start, although clearly they do look, up against Barcelona, a very average side, and that's being kind to them. Their heaviest defeat before today, well, clearly that's going to change, unless there's a very dramatic second half, as a 3-0 reverse on the opening day at Zaragoza. They've lost all 3 of their away games, and that statistic is going to be revised to 4 after today, I can be certain of that. Aloisio. Laudrup. And we start pretty much as we finished off in the first half, although Roberto concedes the free kick, and there's the scoreline, which, should you happen to be a Vallecano fan, makes very gruesome reading. Now, sad that one of Vallecano's most famous players of recent times, Laurie Cunningham, who tragically died in a car accident, should have just had a memorial service back in London, where he came from, in the very week in which Vallecano are on their way to suffering the humiliation of a heavy defeat here. Koeman. Urbano. Julio Salinas. That's a good little ball as well, and offside. Jeers from the crowd for the referee. Maradona's going into a very deep roll now. I can't think he's really going to do his side much good back there. Aloisio's clearance. Back it comes from Ibarondo. Offside. Rayo Vallecano were in the first division back in 1980. Got relegated that season. Been in the second ever since, until finishing runners-up to Castellón last season. This is only their fourth season in there with the elite of Spanish football, and judging by the dreadful start they've made, they'll do very well to hold on to their status. Their only win in their previous 6 games, 2-1 against Valladolid. Here's Maradona for them, though. That's nearly a good little ball, but Aloisio read it. Koeman. Now they're trying to play an offside trap, clearly. Roberto. Oh, a nice little back healer on Eusebio, but it didn't come off. And obviously one of the things they've discussed doing was to try and use the offside trap against Barcelona just to save themselves, presumably, from further humiliation. Here's Argenta. Not a bad run either by him. And I think in the end he was adjudged to have fouled Urbano. Free kick to Barcelona, which they've taken quickly. And more on the right in a good position. Eusebio plays it forward. Laria nearly in trouble. And almost in trouble again. Well, let's face it, they're all in trouble, really, Vallecano, because this is a situation, surely, from which there is no satisfactory return. 5-0 adrift. It's obviously given rather an eerie feel to the game, because nobody can be in any doubt that Barcelona are going to win this one easily. So the pace has dropped a little. Perhaps their concentration's dropped a little. It's almost like a testimonial game at the moment. Laudrup with the through ball. It's a good one for Roberto. Begiristain, rather. Well, he was being fouled, but the linesman has allowed him to play on. And then he gives the goal kick where it seemed a corner would have been a fitting reward. Juanito. Easy for Urbano. And he gets the ball back again, the Barcelona number 2. Eusebio. Maradona chasing. Koeman picks it up. Good ball from Milla. Laudrup. Eusebio. Good football this. Roberto. Laudrup. Can the space open up for the shot? Well, not for him. They just about get away with it, but the relief is only temporary here. Begiristain playing it back in again, and Julio Salinas was offside. Good challenge from Aloisio. I felt it was, and so does the referee. Well, that was a very tight decision. Eusebio now. Urbano attacking down the right. Plenty in the centre here. Cross was a bit disappointing, but Julio Salinas turned neatly on the near post and wins the corner. And just as in the first half, Barcelona are ripping Vallecano apart almost at will. Corner only half cleared. Played back by Roberto to Milla. Offside. And there's no question now that Vallecano have decided that the only way they can save themselves from an even worse fate than the 5-goal margin by which they trail is to use the offside at every opportunity. Eight minutes gone in the second half. Barcelona leading 5-0. Remember, all 5 of those goals came within the first half an hour of the game. Glaria robbed, and then did well to win it back. The man who gave away the penalty, on which Ronald Koeman scored what was the 3rd Barcelona goal, and his 6th penalty of the season. And here he goes again, Glaria. First time he's been out of his own half, I tell you. Sabas. And Barcelona break onto the attack yet again. Laudrup, oh yes! Beautifully past the defender. Can he finish? Well, he might have been better trying it himself then. He was very unselfish, Laudrup. Julio Salinas was there with him, and he tried to set him up for his hat-trick. Had he had a go himself here, he could have scored. And the defender came in the nick of time to make it difficult for Julio Salinas. Paello was the man getting the foot in, and the goalkeeper, Perez, injured. Could have been 6, very easily. And in the centre there, Johan Cruyff just turning towards the camera. Must be a very pleased man as Vallecano make a substitution. Oh, and Maradona nearly got himself into a shooting position. Begiristain, Laudrup's layoff, and he gets it back rather fortunately. To is Urbano. Laudrup. And he ghosts past the defender again with ease. It was a clever little ball in, actually, because I'm sure everybody was expecting him to either keep running towards the touchline or knock it back into the far post, and he just clipped it into the near post. As it happened, nobody had read it. Well, they're having a little spell here as Sabas tried to set his companion forward, but quite clearly a foul against Koeman. Soler gets his first taste of action. The second Barcelona substitute, remember. Good attacking player. Laudrup. This is Maradona, and that's a good ball. And there could be danger here. Koeman across quickly. But the shot straight into the arms of Zubizarreta. And it really seems that nothing is going to go right today for Vallecano. Callejo, the player who shot. Roberto now for Barcelona. High kicking, surely. And that was the decision of the referee. Indirect free kick to Barcelona. Laudrup has taken it quickly to Koeman, and there could be a shot on here. And you always know that from that range, when defenders make the mistake of backing off, Ronald Koeman will fancy his chances of scoring. A couple more of the Vallecano substitutes getting ready, perhaps. Half an hour to go. Barcelona leading by 5-0. Zapatera. Foul on Ibarondo, former Athletic Bilbao defender. Maradona plays it forward, and again a good little ball from Maradona. Sabas. Maradona's there again. Soler dispossesses him. And the ease with which Barcelona are strolling through this game is quite alarming, I would think, if you're a Vallecano player. 5-0 they lead. I thought Johan Cruyff himself would have fancied 20 minutes of this game. Laudrup, Urbano. Amor. Back it goes again to Amor. Maradona fouled. The referee has said play on, and that's not really what Vallecano wanted, as Soler goes forward. And he certainly loves to attack. Laudrup beaten. And it's hack it anywhere time, really, as far as Vallecano are concerned now. Good tackle by Aloisio. What a fine challenge that was. Begiristain helps it on. Milla out to the far side. Eusebio. Good little ball too for Amor, the substitute. And he finds Begiristain, and Begiristain turns, and that's it! Goal number 6 for Barcelona. Begiristain, the scorer. It was a fine flowing move. It all started with a brilliant tackle by Aloisio in his own half. Amor, the substitute, finding Begiristain. He turned beautifully away from the defender, and then crack, in it went. And the poor old Vallecano substitutes had a perfect view of that. And with 18 minutes of the second half gone, the inevitable 6th goal has come along for Barcelona. It's a question now of how many more it'll be. Barcelona 6, Rayo Vallecano 0. And poor Vallecano next week have to go and play Real Madrid. What a fixture to face when you've been on the end of a humiliating defeat like this. I think we can say with certainty they're going to lose now. Here's Amor, couldn't set Urbano free. And that's brought a bit of life back into the game again. Here's Laudrup. The shot from Milla charged down. Here's Soler. I love him here. Vallecano chasing shadows now. Laudrup. Aloisio. Koeman. You can sense the anticipation there. They wanted him to shoot. Urbano. Well, it's magic stuff now. They've kept the ball for about 10-12 passes here. Roberto. Urbano. And back it comes again to Amor. Oh, well, the shooting chance just wouldn't come. They were so patient in that build-up as well. 25 minutes to go. Barcelona enjoying themselves. And why not? They're 6-0 in front. Milla. Laudrup. Not quite what he intended. And Vallecano, with relief, move out of their own half. And they win a free kick. And I should think their defenders will just be using this opportunity to draw breath. What a run around they've had. Zubizarreta made a couple of good saves in the first half. Other than that, he's been unemployed. And another substitution has been made as the free kick was flashed wide. Ortiz coming on for Maradona. I'm not sure whether Maradona got a knock, but I mean, at least he, to me, looked reasonably lively, unlike so many of his teammates today. Ortiz is just 21. Inexperienced forward who made only a handful of appearances last season. So he's on for Maradona. But what can he or anyone else do about this situation for Vallecano? 6-0 they trail. Begiristain wins the corner. The referee, I think, felt that the Vallecano man wasn't 10 yards away, so Begiristain and Laudrup take the short corner again, and now Laudrup. Set up for Koeman. Oh, what a good save. Well done, the keeper. Well, you can honestly say of Perez that he hasn't been really at fault with a single one of the 6 goals. And that was a very good save from one of the hardest strikers of a ball in European football. And the young goalkeeper can have a clear conscience, so far anyway, about his contribution to this game. The scoreline's got nothing to do with him. Oh, bad ball. And Roberto couldn't do anything with it. Sanchez Candil. Juanito. Now, did that go out? It looked as though it did to me. Ortiz, the substitute, unable to keep the ball in play, and his first opportunity to impress. And Soler, one of the Barcelona substitutes, takes the throw. Koeman. Milla. Now Urbano. 10 is Roberto. That's another involved but attractive build-up by Barcelona. Little 1-2s, triangles, good movement off the ball. Here's Eusebio, and he was dispossessed in the end. Now Soler. Obviously a great favourite here with the supporters. Used to play for the smaller club in Barcelona, Espanyol. And there's the score. Barcelona 6, Rayo Vallecano 0. 20 minutes to go. How many more will there be to follow, I wonder? Soler. That's a goal kick. Soler can't get in the team at the moment, so he will be looking to make the most of this opportunity as a substitute. Koeman. And Soler again. Koeman. Urbano. Good little turn. Eusebio dispossessed, and the goalkeeper alive to the danger. Zapatera forward. Vallejo. Sabas. Well, I wonder if Vallecano are going to manage on themselves today. This is Soler for Barcelona. He knows only one way, and that's forward. Oh, it's a great ball from Laudrup. Eusebio. Oh dear. Well, one great ball and one pretty awful one from Amor. And Amor fouled in his attempt to win the ball back. Zapatera. Juanito. Given away to Milla. A big space in on this side of the Vallecano defence. But it's a throw-in. Soler to Aloisio. Now Ronald Koeman. Urbano, as ever, ready and willing to go forward. And that's a foul. Whistle from the crowd for Vallecano's tactics in this second half, but really, in all honesty, what else could they be expected to do? It was simply a matter of trying to prevent more goals, and so far they've been reasonably successful. There's only been one Barcelona goal in this half compared to 5 in the first half an hour of the game. Koeman. Good searching ball there for Roberto. Laudrup, fouled. Aloisio's concentration had just gone, and he sliced his clearance into the crowd. Well, one swallow doesn't make a summer for sure, but it's certainly been a good 7 days for Barcelona. A round of applause for the lady in the crowd who retrieved the ball. Yes, they had that marvellous 3-1 victory over Real Madrid, and now a very, very big victory here over Vallecano, and that might set them up for a good spell, I would think. They'll certainly move up the table, and they'll certainly improve their goal difference substantially. Can they mount a real championship challenge to the likes of Atletico Madrid and Real, Seville and the other current leaders in the division? 15 minutes to go here at the Nou Camp. Barcelona leading by 6-0. And dare I say, the match probably needs another goal now to liven it up. Forward by the defender. But wasn't a bad ball from Sabas, but nothing comes of it. The substitute, Ortiz, unable to keep it in play again. Now Soler. Milla. And the space opens up for him. Helped on by Laudrup. Amor. Laudrup. Good little shimmy and dummy then. Urbano's cross, but a bit too deep. That was handball. Urbano. Begiristain. Back to Urbano again. Koeman's header. Laudrup dispossessed though. Well, I suppose you could say there's long been effectively a super league in Spanish football, with Barcelona and Atletico and Real Madrid and Sociedad occasionally and Athletic Bilbao occasionally, and really the rest of the teams in Spanish football know that there's a very, very big gulf between them and those top sides. The clubs with the wealth and the support and the tradition are getting stronger, and on the evidence of this game, the little clubs are falling a long, long way behind. And Vallecano really have looked well out of their depth here throughout the match. They came trying to prevent a hammering, but a hammering is just exactly what they've got. Sanchez can Rondo. The little ball for Sabas. And Koeman's header wins Vallecano their first corner kick of the second half, and only about their second or third of the game. 12 minutes remaining. And no wonder they're not really in a hurry to take it. As long as they can keep the ball in this half, they can prevent Barcelona scoring again. Oof. Aloisio got away with that, but only just. Not a good kick by Zubizarreta. Landed it straight at the defender. Koeman again. Eusebio. Koeman in support. And Eusebio again. And that's a good ball. Or is it? No. He just overhit it. Well, the idea was right, certainly, but the execution not. Well, heaven knows why the goalkeeper's chasing to retrieve the ball. You would have thought he'd have been quite happy if it had gone into the top tier of this enormous stadium. Well, I sat here to watch Barcelona's very first home game of this season when they beat Osasuna 4-0, and things looked good then. Since then, they've had a rather shaky few games. Lost all 3 away matches at Valladolid, Oviedo and Mallorca. But they've certainly been in form at home with those big wins against Osasuna 4-0, Castellón 2-0, Real Madrid 3-1, and obviously on their way to their biggest win of the season and their biggest win for a long time here today. Ortiz. Oh, it's a good little ball infield to Sabas, and back it goes to Zapatera, and that's a fine shot. And Zapatera gives Vallecano the pleasure of at least scoring 1 goal on what's been a pretty humiliating day for them. A good left-foot drive into the top corner of the net. Well, I refuse to call it a consolation goal because there can be no consolation when you've conceded 6, but at least Vallecano have made some impression on the scoreline in a more positive sense. Barcelona 6, Vallecano 1. 9 minutes of the match remaining. Well, at least they can say they came to the mighty Nou Camp and scored. And I've no doubt Zapatera will tell his grandchildren about the day he beat Zubizarreta at the Nou Camp Stadium. And probably he'll leave out the bit about Barcelona's 6 goals, but why not? Here's Ronald Koeman. 8 minutes on the watch. Barcelona leading by 6 goals to 1. Roberto in possession. Eusebio has had a good game. Laudrup. Aloisio wins it back. Now Roberto. Begiristain. Poor cross. The header clear by Ibarondo. And we're obviously really just playing out time now. 7 minutes to go still. Sanchez Candil forward. Turned forward by Sabas. And that's a free kick to Vallecano. Good interception by Soler. And he certainly brings the game to life when he's in possession. A very, very direct player. Didn't quite get the cross right, though. And a slightly unreal atmosphere about the game now as we move towards the final 5 minutes. Soler again. Koeman, good ball out to the right. Laudrup couldn't quite pull it back far enough. And that's a foul. Referee says play on, with Barcelona still in possession though. Laudrup. And more out there on the right. Linking up with Urbano. Roberto. They all want a piece of the action at the moment. Barcelona feeling that 6 won't be the end of their scoring, perhaps. Terrible ball. And an equally poor one, which failed to set Sabas clear when he was really unmarked. Under 5 minutes to go. Begiristain, just one of the Barcelona scorers today. The goals coming from Julio, Salinas 2, Bakero, Koeman penalty, and Roberto, and we're going to have another penalty. As Laudrup turned away from the unfortunate Glaria, the number 4 who gave away the first penalty, stood in his way, left his leg there, and that's another penalty kick. And the referee almost looks sympathetic. Sorry, old boy, but I have to give it. And strangely enough, Ronald Koeman isn't going to take it. Can't quite understand why. It's going to be Milla instead. Same result. 7-1. Well, maybe Ronald Koeman couldn't be bothered coming upfield to take this one. Milla thrashed it into the back of the net. And Barcelona have scored their 7th of the game with just a couple of minutes remaining. Barcelona 7, Rayo Vallecano 1. Difficult to puzzle out though why Koeman didn't take that. He scored 6 penalties this season, and as I was saying, on 2 occasions against Osasuna and Real Madrid, he scored twice from the spot in the same game. He could have made it 3 times. But anyway, Milla didn't make a bad job of it. And most of the supporters now are deciding they've seen enough. What a sad day for Vallecano.